And I realized that there's no structural mechanical understanding of how, like, we think of like Da Vinci of his day and how he used to draw these mechanical drawings and mechanical things of the body and the mechanics of how it works, because he was trying to understand something that he couldn't see, right? So you had to functionally kind of hypothesize it. And now we've gone so far into science being stagnant that we have a whole generation of people, maybe two generations of people, that don't really understand the mechanics, the math. Because mechanics is math. Mechanics is provable math without numbers. And so there is no real true mechanics right now in our science, and that's what we're missing. That's what we need to be bringing to the table.
Yeah, there's this is a real phenomenon that what you're talking about because there's a paper I was reading about how science has become there's fewer mavericks in science nowadays than there traditionally were, say, 100 years ago. And necessarily, when you're going to create a model that encompasses multiple disciplines, you're going to have to span those different disciplines and bridge that semantic gap. Like you're going to have to piece together different terminologies that different groups may use, and inherently that's
For the same thing. What he's saying
right.
is that when we talk about they'll use the same words to describe the same thing. So it seems like there's two different things, but it's
Well,
actually the same thing mechanically.
it's the parable of the elephant. You have these blind monks that are touching different parts of the elephant, and one says that the elephant has a floppy, this floppy texture, and the other one says, no, 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 it's got a rough surface, and everyone is really just looking at a different part of the bigger picture. But then we get so caught up in these squabbles over terminology that we don't really have. We're not sitting down and identifying. Okay, well, this is actually one big organism. The elephant is a singular organism that we can piece together our disparate pieces of knowledge to come up with a model that describes the whole thing. That type of integrative perspective in science is much less common. But what you do see is more in on the technological side. So when it comes to applications, when there's a commercial application, that's where the incentive is to
Yeah,
actually create an
yeah.
application.